So you guys already saw the title of this video and you already know what's up. Just gonna cut to the chase. The only thing I want to say before I start talking about this is that I was debating on making this video to begin with. This isn't gonna be an easy video for me to make, and it's gonna be genuine. There's gonna be really no edits besides the obvious. Maybe a few photos here and there, but definitely a collage, which I'll tell you guys about at the very end. But yeah, so I lost a friend. Suicide. And it's a little bit surreal, at the very least. I'm probably just gonna go over everything from the beginning so you guys have the full story and you know what's up and what had happened before I just jump into how I'm feeling about it and all of that fun stuff. But okay, so first and foremost, my friend's name was Brandon. Brandon Joel Joyce. He was an awesome Filipino guy. That's for sure. We met, I think, at 7th grade. That was when we had a Spanish class together. And I got in trouble one day. You know, I didn't really do too well in school. I actually almost dropped out, but that's a topic for another day. I basically got in trouble and the teacher had moved me and to the corner of the room, and in that corner there was an empty seat and there was a guy sitting in the seat that's actually in the corner, and that's where Brandon was sat. And yeah, I got moved there, and first things first, I looked over to my right and I was like, hey, what's your name? You know, like, who are you? And he was pretty silent throughout most of the class, so I didn't really know. And yeah, we got to know each other. We introduced ourselves. I was like, hey, I'm Peter, and, you know, he's Brandon. And from there on, over the course of the next few months, we got to know each other some more. We were pretty much like, oh, hey, you're into video games? And he was like, yeah, you know, you're into these games too? And I was like, oh, this is cool. We should hang out sometime. And yeah, we eventually started hanging out like all the time after school. I would be at his place. I got to know his family relatively well, or at least what was left of his family. Sounds pretty horrible, honestly, but that is the truth. He didn't have a really good relationship with most of his family, and there was a lot of really bad shit that happened. But we'll get there. Yeah, so we hung out quite a bit, and eventually, you know, after a year or two of like hanging out, I introduced him to some of my other close friends. One of my other best friends, his name is Devin. And I introduced him to Devin, and he became a part of our social circle. And from there on, yeah, we hung out quite a bit. We had like a lot of great times. We would hang out after school. We would play a lot of video games. We would talk about, you know, where we want to be. We had like ambitious ideas. And it was pretty cool for the most part. And even after school had ended, you know, we still did a little bit of this. But now here's where it gets a little bit depressing. He had depression. He was very open about it. Honestly, way more open than anyone else I knew. He would constantly talk about it like it's nothing. There'd be times where he was clearly just down in the dumps and having a horrible day. You know, sometimes he would do stuff like he would wander out and he wouldn't say anything to see if anyone would really care. And I've been there myself when I've been in really bad places in the past where you kind of just bring yourself to do things like that. And over time, I guess we undermined a little bit of how bad like his depression actually was. I would try to help him. We all would try to do our part. We cared a lot about the guy, but it was very strong, very prominent. And like I said, he was really open about that. And he struggled with a lot of things. He wouldn't really know why life was kind of worth living. Yeah, he kind of just struggled with existing, to be completely honest with you. He didn't take care of himself. You know, he didn't really do drugs because he was against them. His brother was basically a dealer, an addict, a person he did not look forward or not look well, yeah, he didn't look forward to seeing, but he didn't really look up to at all. He was actually terrified of him. His brother was, from what I know, a douchey person. I never talked to the guy too much, to be honest, but yeah, at home, things were pretty toxic. His mom wouldn't really, like, give him attention and love he really deserved. His dad, unfortunately, was no longer with him from a very young age. It's kind of what set him and his relationship with his brother apart. He was struggling with a lot. There's a reason why his depression was there, is basically what I'm getting at. And unfortunately, there hit a time where we kind of felt like it was a responsibility to help him and whatnot. And eventually, me and some of my close friends started smoking weed. And look, I'm not about to say anything about weed. This is just for the sake of the story. Whether I continue to smoke weed to this day, whether I don't, whether you should, whether you shouldn't, those are irrelevant topics. I'm just giving a detail right now. So nothing I'm saying about anything here is anything other than just related to the story. So basically, yeah, we started smoking weed. We would indulge. We didn't really like hit him up that much anymore. He was becoming really, really, like, really negative, and we would get together, you know, we would smoke weed, you know, be goofy, just do our own thing. He was eventually just becoming, like, really negative, and it really seemed like he was down with that kind of thing. And what I like to say happened after that is we kind of just, like, fell off. No bad vibes. We actually really liked the guy. We just kind of fell off. And from there on, that was about 2 years after school had ended completely. Yeah, so we're at the point now where school is kind of out of the picture. At least, well, in terms of college, he was going to TCC and all of that. Yeah, so before that, though, we worked with each other a lot. We, you know, just kind of had a great time. We worked at this place called Planet Pizza, which is a really goofy ass place, honestly. It's one of those places that I'm looking back at and I honestly can't believe was even real. Like, it was so, like, I don't know how that place was ran. All that job was just us goofing off for like years upon years in the kitchen, and somehow that place is still running to this very day. But anywho, though, yeah, I worked with him and Devin, and we had a lot of fun. Looking forward to going to work there, even though the place was really stupid. And yeah, so basically, though, what happened after high school had like ended and we all stopped like working there and got different jobs and stuff was that he basically everything turned like horribly turned out horribly for him after school had ended. His girlfriend at the time had broken up with him. His cat had died, unfortunately. And his brother was about to get sent over to prison for some extreme like drug. What was the term again? He was selling it. I can't remember the term right now, but basically he was selling an abundance of drugs. He was caught like at the border of a state or something like that, if I recall. And yeah, he basically everything in his family just turned to shit. I hate to say it, but everything in his life just went negative. And we found this out like later down the line. And yeah, so after we had fallen off, eventually everyone else in our friend group was like, hey, you know, like, what happened to Brandon? You know, like, I want to hit him up. And I gave him the contact info. Eventually, you know, every time I go visit my mom, she would ask me as well, like, hey, what's going on? What's with, like, you know, we haven't spoken to him in a while. And to those of you out there that have foreign parents, you know that, like, they always want to know the truth and that they will, like, push to get the real answer out of you. And she tried to do that. I gave it to her, really saying that we just kind of fell off, but that encouraged me to hit him up after a while. So I did. And we met up. You know, we hung out for a little bit and he was talking to me. I was a little bit like worried that he would be upset, but he wasn't. He did say I was the only person that hit him up, you know, for a long time. And he hasn't really seen anyone else. from there on, I felt kind of bad. I told everyone else. I saw him. You know, I yeah, we hung out. I don't really know what happened after that, to be completely honest. I kind of just didn't really do anything. I think after speaking of everyone later, we were all in the same spot of just we were kind of scared, you know, um, of his reaction. We didn't know if he was going to be extremely upset because like we were all like his friends, and it was one of those cases of would it be better to talk to him, not to talk to him, like we didn't really know. Basically, ignorance of possibility is one of those things where like you don't really know what is actually possible or what can happen to you until it actually does happen to you. And eventually, after about a year after that, I was at a party actually. Or was it a year after that? I don't know. I'm losing track of memory, but this wasn't too long ago. This was like a month or two ago, basically. There was a party I had. There's another close friend of mine that was struggling, with suicidal thoughts and stuff. We were talking to him, and it was dropped to us that Brandon had committed suicide, and none of us knew at this point. And we're all kind of just shocked in awe. And I needed to know for myself, so I spent like the next 30 minutes to an hour just doing deep research, finding his obituary online, doing all of this stuff. And I had asked how this was even found out to begin with. And apparently he had messaged my friend Devin saying, hey, that's it. He just said, hey. And Devin didn't see this message until like 2 days later. And that was the last time he was ever online on Steam or on anything. So, that it's not confirmed that he killed himself, but knowing the guy, it's safe to say, like, I can confidently say that's what happened. And especially when you message somebody saying, hey, and then they don't respond, and then that's what happens. Yeah, it's from that point on, like, we were all kind of like fucked up from it. We went to go visit his grave together. I did on numerous occasions. The sting of seeing someone's grave like that, it's pretty, like, it hurts. It's really surreal. Then, really makes you realize how ignorant you were of thinking, shit can happen. And Devin's pretty messed up from it too. He just wishes he knew what Brandon was going to say if he had seen the message sooner. I do too. I feel guilty as well. He had left some of his belongings here I just forgotten about for like a while back, which was nothing of importance. It was like a video game, Cards Against Humanity box. And yeah, and I feel guilty for even having those items anymore. I wanted to just at least just drop him off his doorstep. I don't know if he still lived there anymore at one point. Yeah, like, it was surreal. It's one of those cases of please, like, tell people, that you appreciate them. Definitely, like, spend time with those you love. Make sure they know. Don't ever feel bad that you can't express love, because I'm really bad at doing so sometimes myself, and simple gestures mean a lot to other people. So, like, say that, you love other people, show them that you appreciate them, do that kind of thing. And definitely, like, just know if you struggle with depression or anything like that yourself and you're watching this video, I know it's going to come off as generic, like, oh, get help, or, oh, like, you don't want to just hear all of it, like, that same bullshit again, because let's be real. I mean, if you're depressed and you're going around, so everyone's going to tell you, oh, don't feel that way and all of that. But more effort needs to be put from us, I personally think. But I genuinely believe, on that note, you guys, please, like, just know there's a lot of other people that care about you, because this is one of those things that I think about. And I think about the fact that we could have done something different, like, I wouldn't be making this video. He wouldn't, like, have done that. Like, if we had just done something differently, if we had still just spoken to the guy instead of just falling it off because of fucking drug use, which is really depressing and difficult to admit. I just would probably tell him I'm just sorry if I could see the guy again somehow, you know? He had a he was a really smart, funny guy. He was like one of those guys that you would just look at and you would be like, "Oh wow, that guy seems like a really cool guy," you know? And turns out, you know, those people usually end up being really cool people. He was one of those guys to me. And I don't know. I'm just this is really unorganized. I'm just not really spewing anything out because it's difficult, you know? Like fucked up. That's like when you do like the like when someone like that happens, I mean, sure, his actions weren't on us. We aren't responsible for the actions of other people. But this is genuinely one of those cases where if we were to have done something differently and like we actually spoke to him more and like we kept him around and you know we weren't afraid to like have hit him up, then it would have turned out differently and would have had an actual effect. I don't know if that's like a toxic way of like thinking right now and putting blame on ourselves, but I really don't care. I'm not asking for support or anyone to say it's not my fault or anything. That's my opinion, and that's probably going to stay my opinion because, like I said, it's just one of those cases where things could have turned out differently, whether I want to admit it or not. And nothing's going to change if I tell myself it's, you know, not our fault or anything. But I don't know. He was a really cool guy, and feel really guilty for a lot of things. It's one of those things that you guys aren't really going to see, but I have pretty, or at least what I'm saying is you guys aren't going to see on my channel all too much what I'm about to say, but I have like pretty dark humor, and you know, I sometimes like a kill yourself joke or hey, I'm going to kill myself joke would like slip out in the past and whatnot. I really wouldn't care. I mean, dark humor is dark humor, but I still keep that around, but now suicide is not something I want to joke about anymore. You know, it's like it's off limits to me. It's just it's been prominent in my life for a while. Like I've been in places where I've had thoughts of suicide in the past, but I knew it wasn't the best thing to act on those thoughts. But I've also had suicide be prevalent from other people in like my life before, and I've tried to help like a lot of other people, and it usually just kind of comes back like at me. And I'm not stopping when it comes to helping, but man, like don't think that no one cares about you or anything like that, because it fucked us all up. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of difficult to like talk about this in like an organized way. It's kind of all over the place, but yeah, I mean, that's that. I wish I could say I'm sorry, you know? Like I've seen my dad go to his dad's grave before over in Bulgaria, and I thought that was surreal to see too, but now I understand, you know, what that's like, because having gone with like 3 really close friends to see Brandon's grave and discuss over it and sit there and, you know, talk about it, show our thoughts. Never thought I'd have to do that. Never done it before. And it's just surreal, you know? I guess, yeah, I don't really know if there's really much more I have to say besides it's one of those things where I look back at myself and I'm just extremely disappointed with my actions. I've grown since then. I've become a totally different person, and I'm more vocal about my appreciation of others and time and all of that. But yeah, it's just like I said, one of those things where you look back at and you're kind of just disappointed in yourself. But anywho, though, for you guys that don't know, I actually have a gaming channel under Mr. Petre. There's going to be a clip I'm about to include in a collage of just photos and random videos, and a video from that gaming channel. Like right after this at the very end. So if you guys are curious to see what this guy looks like, you know, and see a little tribute to him, that's that. So yeah, it's going to play in just a second. Once I get what I can photo wise and video wise of them put together. So, I didn't really know what I wanted to get out of this video though, until I sat down and thought about it. And I don't know, I can't remember if I said that in the beginning of the video or not, but just please, I just want you guys to know what this feels like, and just know that people matter, you matter, and don't ever think that no one cares about you, even if you let your mind trick you to do that. So, yeah. I can say a lot more, but I just want to say, please, just love yourself, love everyone around you. Continue to show love, because death kind of messes up everyone, you know? And I was closer to the guy than you guys, than probably sounds like I was, but yeah. I think that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah. Catch you guys in the next video.
I ate my legs.
Looks like it.
That's not a bad idea.
Your legs grow back.
Yeah, like
But now you have 3.
every time you eat your legs, you just grow back.
Now you have 3 legs.
I just jump everywhere.
Wait, why does he have 3 legs now? Like, he said his legs grow back, now he grows more legs.
So now he has to take more steps.
It's like every... I mean, can he just not use that
here.
leg? Yeah?
Can you open that?
Yeah.
I can't move!
I jump everywhere.
This guy's getting left behind.
Should we stay with him?
No.
Nah, he's coming. Hey, open it!
I didn't think that was gonna happen!
You don't know what happened.
Oh my god.
I can't.
I don't know what happened.
I thought you were fast.
What's that even mean?
I don't know.
I thought you were fast. I like how you said I thought you were fast, so then you just closed the door on him.
Oh yeah, boys, you ready to go to the dump?
Yeah, man!
Yeah! We're here at the dump!
Let's go in.
Haha! Fucking can't even hold. Literally the only fucking people in the parking lot.
Okay, redo that one.
What did you think of the movie? So what'd you guys think of Split?
I was crying.
You were crying?
So funny.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking hilarious. Here we are in this abandoned barn in the middle of fucking nowhere. Let's see what happens.
Georgia.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm coming. Oh. Well, let's go.
Oh shit, I see that red light. What the fuck is that?
Where?
Oh.
Oh, yeah, what is that? What's that red light? Are you guys still, like, worried over the red light?
No, it's the thing.
Gotcha.
Is it upstairs?
Huh.
Oh shit, so you upstairs? What are these birds doing? You're the cameraman.
Alright. The cameraman's always the one to get fucked. Let's go. Let's see if we can find any ghosts up here. Oh! Oh, that's a fucking bird.
Do you really want to go in?
Yeah, do you really want to go in there? Do you really want to go in there?
I
I mean... Creatures of the night.
Preacher's corner store.
This is the roof.
These fucking birds.
Yeah, what are these birds doing?
Can we go over there?
The step's always broken. It's always how somebody ends up dying in a horror movie. It's like, wow, look at me as I step where I'm not supposed to step. Oh, there's another one? Yeah, let's go.
Look at my fucking printer.
Oh my god. Ah! Oh, we're on our way back. There is an adventure in the abandoned barn. Found jack shit.
Don't break it.
My 64.
Alright, Brandon, try your best to not die in the very first enemy.
Kick his ass, Brandon.
You're supposed to actually die.
You're the most sober right now, so. Oh! Oh!
Brandon, you got it. Fuck him up.
Fuck it up, Brandon.
Fuck him up.
Oh! This isn't that difficult, really.
Wait, hold up.
You only do like 6 damage.
He's
Hold
got
up.
it, dude. Brandon's fucking.
Alright, hold up. If he kills him, he's gonna eventually, he's gonna have to force to die, so after he goes through this part, his next death is what counts.
I mean, it's gonna be death anyway, so you're gonna have to drink that shot, Brandon.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Thanks.
Oh, no! Brandon! You're getting real close to that shot right now.
Brandon.
You're getting real close. Getting real close, boy.
It's so fucking tasty, dude.
What are you talking about?
Spicy boy's fucking tasty, delightful fucking treat.
Almost there, dude. Come on. You got it. Oh. Oh. Oh, come on. Oh. Oh.
Oh my god. I can't believe. He's gonna do it.
Come on.
Oh, he did it! Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brandon's the hero.
Hell yeah. Ah!
What was that?